Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS. Now it's real time, sponsored by the Mill Casino.
Welcome back, everyone. We have Bill Wood. He's the owner of It's Not an Obsession, excuse me, It's Not a Sport, It's an Obsession Guide Service. That's number one, the longest name I've ever heard. It's good to see you again, man.
Yeah.
Walleye fishing. Now, I know that Jared kind of jammed you with coming in here because I'm happy to say that, but we're so glad that you came in.
Yeah.
Walleye fishing, as you know, as a professional guide, you fish everything. Right?
Yeah.
You're not just chasing Chinook like a lot of guys are.
Right.
You're going after walleye, kokanee, of course, salmon, steelhead, offshore. It's got a big, beautiful Willie boat. I'm telling you right now, if you get a chance just to go out for the boat ride. But you're covering everything.
Yeah.
Why, as a professional with a 28-foot, well, I almost called it a sled. It's not a sled. Why with something like that would you spend time chasing walleye with your clients?
You know, comfort. You know, you got all that room in the boat, and you know it's easier to control, as far as I'm concerned, with the bow mount. So just having that overall platform to chase anything I want, makes a huge difference.
So when with your clients chasing walleye in particular, is it something new for a lot of those folks, or do you get repeat customers, or is it a fishery that you just want to help expose people to?
A little bit of both. A lot of clients that I have come out multiple times, but a lot of people in the last couple of years, that's what they're asking for. You know, so I switch over and do a lot more walleye fishing in the early season versus the springer fishing because that's what they want to do. You know, it's kind of, you know, gives you more options.
This is no new game for you. You've been playing this game for a long time. Have you noticed people, maybe new or even clients that you've had in the past, asking a lot more about walleye these days than say spring Chinook fishing? Because, I mean, come on now. Spring Chinook fishing in the Northwest ain't easy, let alone are they hard to catch. But to find out where and how and what you can and what timeline, what date and everything else, I mean, the confusion is insane.
Yeah.
But have you noticed that in the last handful of years, people requesting it more?
Yes, yeah, and it's they're requesting it more because they just don't know what the season is going to be like for spring salmon. And so you can target these walleye all year long. And so being able to target them all year long gives you more opportunity, and it's not going to get closed down on you. It's if you can get out there and the weather's good, you're going to catch them.
And the weather early could be a number of different things.
Cold.
And now you're talking about hot.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. I don't have an AC unit on the boat, but I got big heaters, so it makes
big heaters.
Yeah, big heaters.
The best AC out there is the heavy wind.
Yeah.
Which can just say go home.
Yes.
It could get pretty nasty. Okay, so we're talking about the Buy 3. You've been part of Yakima Bait for a long time. You utilize all their products, in particular, of course, this is perfect timing, with their Buy 3 Get 1 free deal. You've got the Hildebrandt Hammer Time rig. Then you got the Warden's Walleye Delight, the Spin and Glow Walleye rig, and then of course I like using these. I know that a lot of professionals don't use their bottom walker with the Spin and Glow because one, they're a little spindy. Clients can burn through them, and you sometimes want to have heavier weight than what they offer. But we'll talk a little bit about that. But all of those products on this Buy 3 Get 1 free deal are what he's using. Okay. Now let's be 100% honest here, and correct me where I'm wrong. Right out of the package, all of these fish, fantastic. I don't change anything. When I take them out of the package, I put a worm on them, I'm fishing them straight out of the package with no concern. Problem is, these fish are full-blown predators, and they've got real teeth, so don't ever put your fingers in there. Don't ask me how I know. But then you're going to ultimately end up retying them, and you can do a number of different things. And that's kind of what you brought in here.
Yeah.
And when you have a chance, you can go ahead and give me a shot with that Kershaw Tech Cam. But you can see you've got the Hammer Time blades, you've got the different Spin and Glow setups, and you change things up a little bit to make them what you want.
I do.
Right?
I do.
This year and every year is a little bit different on colors. What's been kind of your color pattern, or have you noticed a specific pattern better than another?
I mean, overall, it's normally green. Walleye are kind of like a spring Chinook.
Sure.
Green. If it's in that green pattern, you catch them. But this year, for some reason, it was in a blue-red, kind of separated out through there, and I kind of stumble onto it. You know, you try one, you try something else, and you break something off, and you kind of change it a little bit. And so that's where I start kind of varying from the standard rig, and then I start going on, or short biters, stuff like that. You kind of change the hook setup. So, yeah, it makes it a big difference.
Well, I know that there's one here that I want to show this upcoming Sunday at the very least, where you've got a slow death hook, and then you're doing something that I noticed immediately. He actually has a stinger on the slow death. Now, we've talked about this in the past. This is something as a professional you're comfortable with doing.
Yeah.
Why?
It's something, it's a different presentation, and it's still going to spin. Having those extra hooks on there and spreading them out gets away from the short biters, you know. And if you're out there with clients and you're fishing along, a walleye will know just where to bite behind that back hook, and then the worm's gone, you know. So I've extended that out and made the leader a little longer with an extra hook on it, and it makes a huge difference for missing them. But you miss probably more than you catch most of the time. Sure, you know. So
the slow death hook is something that was originally originated back in the Midwest, where walleye fishing is king. Yeah. With a single hook, it implements a spin if you're unfamiliar with it, but it's never. Most of the time, you're not going to see a stinger back there. And when we get a chance to talk about it in our Chevy Silverado Tech Tip, I want to talk about how you kind of set that up, because you do get a nice spin with that hook. I know where I spend a lot of time targeting walleye. We've talked about this. Yes. they bite a little bit different. And fish, depending on what part of the river you're in, they do act a little bit different.
Exactly.
And having that stinger behind that is an advantage. So I really want to be able to show the folks exactly how you do that. Then I want to talk about also how you've got some floats in here, and how spin and glows, being a floating, I guess you can't call it a blade, an attractor, right? Right. Where that flotation can be an advantage. So don't go anywhere. We're going to continue to talk with Bill about walleye, some of the different ways that he likes to target them. Now I want to also, he brought in a couple of rods that I want to show you his setup as well, just to show you how easy it really is. You don't have to overthink walleye fish. Well,
you can.
Yes, you can.
You definitely can.
Colors of beads, stacking the beads. I mean, there's a lot of things, but we'll break it down a little bit more for you when we come back from this break.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Chevy Silverado and the impressive Turbo Max engine. Flex your muscle with the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Official truck of Outdoor GPS.